Have you ever been completely confused by a man's behavior when he starts falling for you? One minute he's calm and collected, the next he's texting you non-stop. Then suddenly he's pulling away only to return more devoted than ever. You're not imagining things. Science reveals something shocking. Men actually fall in love faster and in much stranger ways than most people realize. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the male mind to show you exactly what's happening when a man falls in love, and why his behavior can seem so puzzling when Cupid's arrow strikes. The chemistry behind male love. When a man starts falling for you, his brain becomes a virtual cocktail of powerful chemicals. The primary culprit? A substance called phenylethylamine, or PEA. This chemical creates feelings similar to a drug, high-making falling in love, literally addictive for men. Research shows that men experience a massive dopamine surge when they're with someone they're attracted to. This feel-good neurotransmitter creates a reward system in their brains that makes them want to seek out your company again and again. But here's where it gets weird. While women typically build emotional connection first, men's testosterone can actually block the bonding hormone oxytocin initially. This is why men might seem all in physically before they connect emotionally. Next time you're with a man who seems interested, pay attention to his energy levels. Is he suddenly more animated, talkative, or focused than usual? That dopamine surge might be kicking in, giving you one of the first clues he's falling for you. Men fall in love through their eyes. While it's common knowledge that men are visual creatures, what's less understood is how complex their visual processing is when falling in love. Men actually imprint on specific visual memories of you, not just how you look generally, but precise moments that become emotionally anchored in their minds. A man might fall in love with the way you tuck your hair behind your ear when you're nervous, or how your eyes crinkle when you laugh genuinely. These visual snapshots become powerful emotional triggers that he replays when you're not around. Even more surprising, studies show men are more likely to fall for women whose expressions and mannerisms trigger positive feelings of familiarity. This happens completely subconsciously, creating instant comfort. Be authentic in your expressions and mannerisms. The right man will connect with the real you, not a carefully curated version. Those genuine moments are what he'll imprint on and cherish. The male obsession paradox. One of the strangest aspects of male love psychology is what scientists call intrusive thinking, when thoughts of you literally invade his mind against his will. Research shows that men in love spend up to 85 to 100% of their waking hours thinking about their love interest. This intense focus can actually trigger a fear response in some men. Their thoughts become so consumed by you that they might temporarily pull away to regain a sense of control. It's not that they're losing interest, quite the opposite. Their interest has become so intense it's overwhelming them. The male brain isn't wired to handle this level of emotional preoccupation, which explains why some men act strangely hot and cold early in relationships. They're not playing games. They're experiencing an internal tug-of-war between growing attachment and fear of losing autonomy. When a man seems to pull back slightly after periods of intense interest, give him space without withdrawing your warmth. This balance reassures him that emotional connection doesn't mean losing himself. Bizarre behavioral signs. He's falling for you. Men in love exhibit some truly odd behaviors that often go completely misinterpreted. One of the strangest is voice modulation. Research shows men unconsciously lower their vocal tone around women they're attracted to, attempting to sound more masculine and dominant. Perhaps the most telling sign? He starts checking your social media accounts frequently. This isn't stalking. It's his brain's way of staying connected to you even when you're not physically present. Test his recall by casually mentioning something personal but minor in conversation. A man who's falling for you will surprise you by bringing it up later, revealing how carefully he listens to you. The evolution of male protection. Evolution has hardwired men to be protectors, but what's fascinating is how this instinct transforms when they fall in love. Research shows that men in love experience increased activity in brain regions associated with evaluating threats, particularly when thinking about their partner's well-being. This explains why a man in love might suddenly text to make sure you got home safely, stand slightly closer when strangers are nearby, or offer practical help with challenges. These behaviors aren't about controlling you. They're his brain's ancient protective circuits adapting to include you in his sense of self. What's particularly interesting is how men express this protection differently based on their attachment style. Securely attached men offer protection without restriction. Anxiously attached men might become overprotective, while avoidantly attached men show protection through practical problem-solving rather than emotional comfort. The surprising timeline of male love. Contrary to popular belief, research suggests men actually fall in love faster than women do. While women typically evaluate potential partners carefully over time, men often experience something closer to an emotional light switch, where feelings activate suddenly and intensely. Anthropologist Helen Fisher's research identifies distinct stages in how men fall in love. First comes the inception moment, when something about you suddenly stands out from others. This triggers the intrusive thinking phase we discussed earlier, leading to what Fisher calls crystallization, when he begins to idealize you. Unexpected emotional entry points. While women often build connection through conversation and emotional disclosure, research shows men frequently fall in love through entirely different pathways. One surprising gateway is shared activities. When a man engages in challenging or novel experiences alongside you, his brain links the dopamine rush from the activity with your presence. Create opportunities for side-by-side activities rather than always facing each other in conversation, whether it's cooking together, hiking, or even watching a movie. These shared experiences often open emotional doors for men more effectively than direct talks. The vulnerability paradox. Here's what decades of research has revealed. Men fall most deeply in love when they feel safe being vulnerable with you. But they need to believe this vulnerability is freely chosen, not extracted from them. Brain imaging studies show that when men feel pressured to discuss emotions, their fear centers activate, triggering defensiveness. Yet when they voluntarily share weaknesses with someone who responds without judgment, their reward centers flood with dopamine, creating powerful bonding. The power of eye contact in male love. Research has discovered something remarkable about men falling in love. Prolonged eye contact significantly increases their chances of developing deeper feelings. Studies show that direct eye contact activates specific neural pathways that promote bonding and connection. When a man maintains eye contact with you, he's not just being attentive, he's actually synchronizing his emotional state with yours through a process called limbic resonance. This creates a powerful subconscious bond that can accelerate the development of romantic feelings. The next time you notice a man showing these unusual signs, remember that what looks like oddity is often biology, psychology, and evolution, working together to create one of life's most powerful experiences. By understanding these patterns, you create space for authentic connection built on mutual understanding. Most importantly, remember that while these patterns apply broadly, each man's heart is uniquely his own. The greatest gift you can give any partner is the safety to love in their own way, weird, wonderful, and entirely worth understanding. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's the strangest way a man has shown you he was falling in love? Share your stories below.